What's good? Is your man Jay White, first name, last name. I have over 250 plus federal government contracts awarded to my company for work that I'm not doing. That's why you should listen to me for this federal government shutdown. Let's get right into it. Y'all know what we talk about, man. People freaking out over this government shutdown. So let's just talk about it real quick to make it make sense. And I'm going to do it in 3 different parts. This is part 1. So part 1 of the federal government shutdown, which is today. Let's just talk about what the shutdown is and what it means, right? The federal government shutdown basically is the government is pausing or halting non-essential workers, non-essential funding. Everything essential is still going. That's what the shutdown means. So non-essential funding and non-essential workers. Now, what does that mean for federal government contracting? Or potentially, what could that mean? Part 1, right? So you have contract specialists, and then you have contracting officer representatives. Those are 2 different positions, 2 different things. One is essential, one is non-essential. Because one is non-essential, that means they're no longer communicating with us during the shutdown because they're no longer at work. It's a shutdown for them. They're employees. They shut down. They're no longer at work. They furloughed. They paused. They haven't been fired. They just been, hey, you just got to chill for a little bit, shorty. That's what they on. Now, peep this. If each contract specialist typically has around 8 to 15 solicitations that they have to work and get awarded, those 8 to 15 solicitations don't just go away. They have to be allocated to somebody else to actually get awarded, which is the contracting officer representative. Now, that person probably had their own pile of solicitations to get awarded, right? So now they have a bigger pile. Peak game. That means now one individual who is essential has bigger responsibility to get contracts awarded. Today is October 1. That means also today is the first day of the first quarter of the fiscal year for the federal government. The budgeting don't stop. Solicitations don't stop, meaning they still have to be proposals submitted on them and still have to be awarded. That's the beauty of a shutdown for people that are in federal government contracting. This is part 1. Take that information, see what you do with it. Now, we don't know how long the government shutdown will last. That's why I'm going to do it in parts. But part 1, obviously, I talked about what a government shutdown actually is, how does it affect federal government contracting. And if you listen to me, I told you how we can start to look at it to leverage, because that's all we're supposed to do in a shutdown. In contracting world, we're supposed to leverage it. Now we can figure that out. Let's do part 2 in a few. All right, peace.